I have a friend who works in Melbourne, and he is currently upgrading office computers right across the organisation, and they're using a consultant to help out. And this consultant gave them an original timeline to get all the work done, and it's part of a larger piece of work. But for whatever the reason, this IT consultant is behind in the upgrade. Now, all my friend wants is a deadline that is now achievable, and so he can then adjust all of the other timelines around this piece of work. But unfortunately, the IT consultant he's working with is simply going, I'll get it done by tomorrow, I'm really, really sorry, I'll get it done by tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, the work is still not done. So for whatever the reason, my friend is not being able to communicate effectively what he wants in a way where the consultant is picking up what my friend is laying down, that being, give me a new timeline, it's all going to be okay. This person is just going, oh, I'm sorry. He's over-promising and under-delivering. Now, this brings up an opportunity for what I call a magic wand conversation. In other words, my friend has the opportunity to hand this consultant a magic wand for the business that they run, in so much as if he can just point out that the issue is not the upgrade so much as the over-promising and under-delivering, which will almost certainly be something that this person does with other clients. Well, if the consultant can adjust the way they run their business in these sort of situations, it's a magic wand. They'll do better. They'll win more business, retain more clients. The thing is, how do you have a difficult, challenging, strategic conversation like that? I felt, well, you know what? It's a really good example of where Learn, Teach, Explore can help out. Now, before we go into the scenario with the solution being a Learn, Teach, Explore conversation for over-promising and under-delivering, let's just recap what Learn, Teach, Explore actually is and what it does. So Learn, Teach, Explore is the result of about 15 years of research I've been doing in the area of work conversations. In summary, if you read a suggested step-by-step work conversation in a book written by an expert on any aspect of work, what you'll see beyond the linear steps being suggested, whatever it is that you're reading about, if you look beyond the linear steps, what you'll see are 3 phases, and they're always the same 3 phases. In other words, Learn, Teach, Explore is research-based. It's been established from me seeing the same 3 linear phases sitting behind whatever the suggested conversation is about, and I cannot find an example that doesn't fit the 3 phases. The first phase, learn and question, and that makes total sense. It's always important to seek to understand before being understood. And equally, how do we build rapport and connection, especially in a difficult conversation? Well, we do it through questioning and listening, taking an interest in the other person. Try and establish rapport by talking at people. I've tried it, it doesn't really work. Anyway, so after we've, if you like, interviewed the person for a while, we then have earned the right, it seems, to then make a statement, give some feedback, be truthful and authentic with the other person. And if we've handled the first learning phase well, they're probably listening and taking what we're saying seriously. And as soon as we give that feedback, make that statement, suggest that thing, it immediately trips into the third phase where it becomes a chat back and forth, quite organic, almost a problem-solving thing where we actually start to work together back and forth to reach some kind of resolution. That's Learn, Teach, Explore. So let's go into this example of someone who's over-promising and under-delivering. With Learn, Teach, Explore, what I usually do to start the conversation, or even before I have the conversation in preparation, is to go, well, okay, if I'm going to use listening and questioning to build rapport with this person and see where they're coming from, what might the questions actually be? And, even to this day, I still don't mind writing down a few test questions rather than just winging it live. And in this case, it might just be, given I've said that you have all the time you need, I just need a deadline, is that troubling for you? Is that triggering for you? Or it could be, where might you be struggling at the moment to get the work done? Is there anything that you need? Now, of course, at the very top of the conversation, you need to give it some context. Questions shouldn't come out of the blue. So it may start with, Look, I just want to have a chat to you for a couple of minutes about where we are in regards to the project management at this stage. As you know, we need all the computers upgraded, and I'm just wondering, and this is where we don't ask for a new timeline, we actually go into the issue at hand, which I'm just wondering, the current strategy you're using is to just tell me you're going to get it done as soon as possible. Where's that coming from? Now that's going to trigger a conversation. It's an open question and it's inviting that person to share where they're coming from. And to be totally understanding, go, well, that's whatever they respond with, I totally understand that. Now, given that I've been asking for a deadline, I don't care when it is because we have the time built into the project. Is that triggering for you? Is that a problem for you? Are you struggling with being able to determine that? What do you need? And then the inquiry will basically spill out of whatever this person's responses are. And then we get to the teach phase. And then, of course, we're stopping inquiry, we're replacing it with feedback. And this, of course, is where we need to lean into all of those assertive feedback structures that we've been using for the last 40 or 50 years at work. And, of course, the I statement's a very good one. Look, I'm just concerned that at the moment you're promising to deliver, and when you don't, it seems an anxiety-provoking thing for you and I. What I'd rather is that we just talk about a deadline that's going to be convenient for you, that I can live with. That way we can just settle down, you can breathe easy, and we can get on with the overall project. Does that sound reasonable? And hopefully that will then trigger, rather an exploration of the anxiety, an exploration of when that date might be. And so this is the beauty of Learn, Teach, Explore. It basically says, I mean no harm. I just want to talk about this. Where are you coming from? And wherever you're coming from is fine by me. And now here's my feedback. Now let's just work it out. It's a very organic process. There's got to be a reason why every conversation follows Learn, Teach, Explore that I've ever read, suggested by an expert in a book. So what I've got now to show you is a complete Learn, Teach, Explore example for over-promising and under-delivering, and you'll see it's a number of staged sets of questions leading up to the statement, which I've kept kind of open, and then just some basic stages for problem solving in the back end. Does it fit all situations? Probably not, but it's better than nothing as a starting point, and it may be enough to encourage you to have the conversation rather than just wait, in this case, for someone to overpromise and under-deliver again 20 hours from now. Hope that makes sense. Have a great day. Learn, Teach, Explore, my friends.